But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up.
How easy is it to get up in the morning when you know you're not doing all that it takes? It's not very easy at all. You can just lay there awake thinking, oh, what's a few more minutes in bed? It won't matter much anyway. Wrong. It does matter. It will matter. Now, how easy is it to get up in the morning when you're pouring it on, doing the best you can, anxious to get going, make progress toward your dreams? It's a whole different story.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's the one thing that nobody can teach you.
When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, it's not some philosophy or some idea. It's what I breathe. It's life. And so what I need you to understand is, guys, when you talk about being the best of the best, when you talk about being the best of the best,
I want to be an idea. I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities. I want to represent magic, right? That you're in a universe and 2 + 2 equals 4. 2 + 2 only equals 4 if you accept that 2 + 2 equals 4. 2 + 2 is going to be what I want it to be. There's a redemptive power that making a choice has, you know, rather than feeling like you're a threat to all the things that are happening.
The truth of the matter is that most people don't realize that the majority of people suffer their first major heart attack on Monday morning between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like, jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide.
So society gets wrapped around becoming a part of a machine. Society, instead of becoming a bunch of individuals that are expressing themselves in unique ways, and everybody sort of borrows and shares and sells this and you sell that, and we all sort of figure out how we can contribute in a society, we got sidetracked and diverted into these boxes that they call companies and corporations, and we got stuck into these containers that they call cubicles or offices, and we got forced into this system. So our time, instead of it being invested in making pottery or fixing cars or doing something where you have a passion or you have some sort of a connection to, instead of that, you've sold your life.
The world is loading his back with burdens. You're a beast of fucking burden. You're supposed to go to school. You're supposed to pass your tests. You're supposed to do your homework. You're supposed to clean your bedroom. You're supposed, right? All the things you're supposed to do, all the conditioning laid upon you, all the beliefs that you've been given, they're not yours.
No natural behavior. Everybody's wearing clothes they don't want to wear. Everybody's showing up and doing something they don't want to do. They have no connection to. That's the problem with our society.
we're good little boys and girls who have been walking on the line, hand in hand, following step by step all the rules in the book ever since our parents and teachers have been conditioning us to do what we're told.
No society wants you to become wise. It is against the investment of all societies. If people are wise, they cannot be exploited. If they are intelligent, they cannot be subjugated. They cannot be forced in a mechanical life.
That you work 8 to whatever the hours a day plus commuting, and then you're like this. And that's your life. That's your real fucking life.
To step outside the bounds of the mental slavery that you're holding on to, that was imposed on you by your parents, the teachers, society, and all of the institutions at large. They want to keep you mediocre, bland, vanilla, a square person in a square hole.
I will not fall into despair.
Dedication. I said to myself, I will never go back to this again. I will never be treated like that again. I will never go through what I went through again. And that pain pushed me to write a bestseller.
All these supposed tos that the world tells us. is all over this dragon. And here comes this dragon, thou shalt, and you're carrying this burden that the world has laid upon you. And it is your responsibility as a maturing individual to slay that dragon. You either bow down and you continue to live your life as a beast of burden, or you slay that fucking dragon. And by slaying that dragon, you become a lion. And that lion's name and his attitude is I will and no.
One man army. One man army. The world can go against me. I'm still coming on top. I got God on my side.
What is it that will make it work for you?
Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. People that have found their passion, people that found the things that they love, people that have found the things that they can pour their lives into, those people live longer.
Express something creative. Be who you are from the depths of your heart, regardless of what anybody else thinks.
So I'm trying to encourage everybody out there, take advantage of life. Get busy living. Man, for real, the window closes so quickly on life and on opportunities. And so when you got an opportunity, you got to take it. You feel me? When you have an opportunity, you got to take it.
George Washington Carver would say, do what you can, where you are, with what you have, and never be satisfied. She talked about a man who had been captured behind the enemy lines in a war and was sentenced to be killed or another option. The captain said to the guy, listen, he said, tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock you can face the firing squad, or you can go out this door over here. And the guy said, what's out the door? He said, no one knows. All we can tell you just unknown horrors. He thought, and the next morning he selected the firing squad. After the shots rang out, the captain's secretary said, what's beyond that door? And he said, freedom.
And so I was blessed because I went through so much pain that pain actually pushed me. You better hear what I'm telling you today. I'm telling you that pain pushed me to prosperity. That pain pushed me to greatness.
Takes guts. You got to dig down deep to gut it out. Keep on going again and again and again.
Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Don't quit! Don't quit! Don't quit! Rock out, you don't quit!
If you look around you, you will see people's lives and thoughts on autopilot. Now you tell me why someone else is dictating your life and thoughts. Why? Why are your thoughts being manipulated by external variables? What does it take to change those thoughts, and therefore change your habits in life?
Let's start with the concept of speed.
1697. Newton's laws of motion.
Newton's first law of motion: an object in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force.
This law teaches us to exterminate all negative external forces, so we remain in constant motion. This knowledge is taught in high schools, colleges. It's all around you.
You could give me any task, I will demolish it. I don't care if I've ever done it. I don't care if I've ever heard of it. I don't even care if it's never been done.
Life isn't easy like that. You have to hustle. You have to push yourself, pain yourself. See, I can do anything because I've grasped the law of motion.
Will you plummet down or soar up? Your perception decides. Eliminate unnecessary external forces, waste no time, and ascend perpetually so that your speed will never lose its motion.
Now I need you to be patient because I need you to give your gift. Listen to me. I need you to give your gift time to mature. All right? I need you to fully develop.
The law of attraction states that what you seek is seeking you, and that your frequencies and vibrations are energies, which have a boomerang effect.
Your attitude determines your direction. The speed acquired will determine if you get there. The attitude acquired will determine how you get there.
I'm talking about letting your character catch up with your talent, okay? Because just because you got talent, I mean, you could ask some of the most talented people in the world. They got there. Their talent took them places that their character couldn't keep them. And they wish they could have started all over again and been patient and not just waited for the fame or the success, but for the maturity. Are you hearing me? For the character to fully develop.
Stop rushing things that aren't meant to be rushed. If you must rush things, then rush becoming patient. Be so patient that you're in a hurry. Enjoy the process of life. Fall in love with the process. Impatience is an ugly trait. Nobody likes impatient people.
A lack of patience affects those around you. It's like a gigantic domino effect of failure. And the worst part about it is, you won't see the chaos until it's too late.
Let's say you're at a halt in a vehicle at a red light. The light beams green and the vehicle beside you instantly slams on the gas, maxing out the vehicle's speed in seconds.
That same vehicle that was once beside you is now distant, heading towards an intersection. As you near the intersection, you witness a car crash. Their life, over. The other driver's life, over. And your life?
Aware, patient, obedient, and alert.
Alive.
Do society a deed before you make decisions. Pick up a book and read and understand that every success has a seed.
Only because behind that success is a patient individual who did his work and is able to lead.
But I'm not a born leader.
What a poor excuse.
And those things called excuses get you 0% closer to your goal.
The greatest leaders lead from the back. A humility that is so powerful, it makes the impossible possible.
Their light is so dim, it's luminescent. Their footsteps are so quiet, they're thunderous. And their presence is so unknown, it's illustrious.
As a leader, you must make your own decisions. You must fill your days with positive habits and repeatedly complete them, day in and day out. Take your mind and your heart, combine them. Dig out your passion and build greater people of that passion. Don't preach what you can't do. Whatever you do, do not be a hypocrite. Being a leader consists of work. You must lead by example.
You cannot lead until you can serve.
You cannot serve until you can work.
You cannot work until you see potential.
You cannot see your potential without intellectual.
The realization of potential, believing in yourself, believing in your vision from within, stepping forth, unleashing your full potential, and bringing your vision into fruition.
There's some of you're trying to get there too fast. Relax. It's gonna come. And you gotta learn to shut the noise. I mean to shut out other people's opinions.
You have a purpose, one which nobody else can do as great as you can.
You gotta hear it. You can't make a difference until you make a decision. So, for real, some of you, man, you keep crying. You complaining about your job. You complaining about where you are financially. You complaining about your relationship. You complaining about your opportunities. You complaining. Shut up! Stop complaining and do me a favor. If you want to make a difference, all you got to do is one thing. This is how you get started. All you got to do is make a decision. That's it. And for those of you who've been making the wrong decision, all you got to do is make the right decision. But if you want to make a difference, make a decision. Are you hearing what I'm telling you?
A wise man once told me, speed propels the vitality of life. Attitude controls it. Momentum maintains it. Patience protects it. Leadership guides it. And intelligence unleashes it.
Your brain is like a circuit switch. Once you believe you are something, you actually embody it. You embody that feeling. If you were, God forbid, in a coma, and you woke up and you didn't really have a memory, and you were told that you used to be a Navy SEAL, and they want you back now when you're healthy, do you think you'd act differently and hold yourself differently, conduct yourself different, and have a different self-concept of who you are than if you were told you were a piano instructor? Being successful in life is all about having the proper belief system in who you are. Truly believing that you are something unique, that you are something special in that field. If you truly believe inside of you that you are one of the best actors in the world, you will be entirely different than if you're like, I hope I'm good. Your expressions will be totally different. Your tone of voice. You'll talk in a more convincing fashion. You'll use your natural voice instead of a scripted one. You'll be more emphatic. You'll be more real, more relatable. Our brain is like a circuit. And so if we introduce it with the proper wiring, you're going to go straight to your target. If you're unsure about who you are, then your dreams, your goals, they will never become a reality. Everyone has mental doubts in life, internal conflicts. Even the most successful people that you look up to, but they don't live there. It's how you handle those negative thoughts in that exact moment and overwhelm them with positive action. And that comes with this utmost confidence in yourself that you can handle the situation. Trust in yourself that you are better than the moment.
The greats think differently. The greats see differently, right? The greats have a different worldview. The greats, they approach the game in a totally different way. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. Because if you can get this, you can get any success you want in life. You can have anything you want in life if you can get this. The next time you give a low effort, right? You give it 70% or 50% or 30%. I want you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. If your effort is low, you're probably not thinking about the opportunity. You're probably thinking about the obligation. And when you think about E.T., how you stay pumped up? E.T.'s how you stay on fire. E.T., how you always driven, even in the midst of trials and tribulations, even in the midst of your haters, when people try to break you and tear you down. E.T., how you stay strong. I keep thinking about the opportunity. Every single day, I'm thinking about the opportunity, and I'm not looking at this thing as an obligation. I'm not looking at this thing as something that I have to do, or that I'm forced to do, right? Something that somebody's making me do. Every time I wake up, I'm thinking, I'm alive, baby. This is the day. This is an opportunity. If you want what you've never had before, if you want to do what you've never done before, if you want to be what you've never been before, change your mentality. And I want you to see that effort goes up when you look at it as, I got an opportunity of a lifetime. But you should be excited about the fact that you have an opportunity.
All right? You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Nobody can speak the way you speak. Nobody can write the way you write. Nobody can love the way you love. Nobody can play that piano. Nobody can play that saxophone. Nobody can play that violin. Nobody can do poetry quite like you can do it. Nobody can produce the way you produce. Nobody can write scores the way you write scores. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You're powerful.
When you know within yourself that there's something you want to do, and I believe that all of us were born with a purpose,